She was wonderful. She was one of those kids that, like, she just had the best personality. She was just always in a great mood. She always was very motivated. She just was like, she was just a kid that you could talk to. She was a kid that had that almost maturity level also, that she was a joy to have in class.
Actually, my mom's been one of my biggest helpers that motivated me, that pushed me to do as best as I can.
She could be and do anything. She is a wonderful person. She was a wonderful student. I know she will succeed in whatever she wants to do.
After graduation, I got accepted into Nichols, and I'll be going into nursing. I want to work in the emergency room or a trauma center. So maybe based where I live, like somewhere that has a good trauma center.
My favorite memory is she moved on to 5th grade the following year, and my sister-in-law was her teacher, and she would hand out little prize coupons, and every so often I'd see Kamryn knocking at my door, and she had scratched out whatever was on that prize coupon and said, "Go to Miss Segura's class, go to Miss Segura's class." And I'm like, "Come on, girl, come have a seat." And she would just sit, and we get to kind of catch up on what was going on and how she was enjoying the next grade and things like that. So that has always kind of been my favorite.
It was my first day at a new school, and that morning I actually had her in the afternoon, but I walked in her class in the morning, and I was sitting there, and she started calling attendance, and I wasn't on that roster. I was actually next door, and then we switched to her in the afternoon.
I hope that my kids know that I care about not just their education, but just them in general. I want them to be a good person. I want them to remember that I came here every day for them. That was the reason that I came, was to show up and to love on them and to be there not only as a teacher, but as a mentor or as someone that just was there. I always, honestly, I loved kids. I loved from the time that I was young. I babysat, and originally I wanted to be a pediatrician. And I realized I would never make it through medical school. Couldn't do it. So I was like, my mom had randomly said one day, why don't you think about education? Why don't you be a teacher? And I was like, I don't know. So I kind of went into education classes and just fell in love and have been here ever since.
She just stood out to me, like she cared. Like I was a new student. I had to make new friends, learn new expectations, and it wasn't just reading off a textbook. She was interactive, like she had different activities. And from 4th grade, science has been my favorite because of her.
I always go back to my kindergarten teacher. I know that's crazy, but and I think because she kind of stuck with me, and I would, run into her every once in a while. But Miss Ann Parker, she taught me kindergarten, and she was at my high school graduation, and so she's always kind of been that one that just kind of stuck out.